All right. Any questions here? So 7 here. All right. Let's go ahead and let's translate this real quickly. So what's amen mean? Okay. Lego humen. I say to you. Is this a singular or plural you? Plural. Remember, soy would be the singular you in the dative. This is the dative plural of humes. So truly, truly, I say to y'all, hapistuon, the one who believes, esame, in me, ta erga, the works. Are we sure that's plural? How can you tell? Yes, we've forgotten our alpha endings on neuter plural nouns, haven't we? Neuter plural nouns in the nominative and accusative almost always end with alpha. So ta erga, the works, which ego poio. Yes. So the one who believes in me, the works which I'm doing, kakenas poiese. That one. Okay. What case is kakenas? Look at that sigma here. What case is that? It's nominative. You see the omicron here? That's second declension. Anytime I have a second declension form with a sigma on the end, that's nominative singular masculine. All right? That means that this is the subject. That's the verb. Okay? That one will do. That's the end of this clause. So let's go back and analyze it now. That one will do what? Poieo is in what tense here? Looking at the lengthened connecting vowel, sigma, right? That's future. So that one will do. Is do a transitive verb or an intransitive verb? It's transitive. What's transitive mean? The verb takes a direct object. So what are my possibilities here for the direct object? Yes, it's the words before because my clause ends here. It is ta erga. Ta erga is the direct object. Ha ego poio. What type of a pronoun is ha here? It's a relative pronoun. Remember those? Relative pronouns introduce relative clauses. So this is a relative clause. I'll put RC. And it modifies ta erga. Which works? The works which I am doing. Okay, what about those works? That one will do the works which I'm doing. Okay, so the direct object is in front of the subject, which is in front of the verb. This is a rather unusual word order, but there's some changed word order for the sake of drawing attention to some things here. Now the last question is, what in the world do we do with hapistuon esame? The one who believes in me. What about that one? The one who believes in me. Yeah, that one who believes in me will do the works which I do. This is what some grammarians call a pendant nominative. You guys know what pendant means? You ever bought your girlfriend or your wife a pendant? A pendant? It's something that hangs, okay? Some would call it also a hanging nominative. It's a nominative that's sort of hanging out there on the front of the clause, but it's actually syntactically unrelated to the rest of the clause. It doesn't have a syntactic role. I have a subject, I have a verb, and I have a direct object. And if all I had was that, all of the syntactic slots that verb requires would be fulfilled. A verb that's transitive needs a subject and a direct object, and I've got both here. Okay? So it's like saying this. I'll give you an example here. Charlie, I like him. Okay? Charlie, I like him. This is not Charlie, the one I'm talking to. Rather, I'm talking about Charlie. So I mention his name at the beginning, and then I say something about him inside the main clause. As for Charlie, I like him. This is a situation where the person that Charlie represents is the same as the pronoun in the main clause, right? Charlie, I like him. Bertha, I hate her. Okay? So some call these pendant nominatives. I like a linguistic term, left dislocation. What's happened is my base or core clause is I like Charlie. And what I've done is I've taken Charlie out of the base clause. I've moved him which direction? To the left. I've dislocated Charlie. Better than dislocating a knee, right? I've dislocated Charlie from its place in the core sentence. I've put Charlie on the outside, and then I leave a pronoun in place of where Charlie's position has been vacated. Okay? So this is called a left dislocated constituent. The pronoun that replaces the left dislocated constituent is always going to refer to the same entity that the left dislocated constituent represents. So to put it another way, these are co-referential. Charlie and him refer to the same person or thing. When do we use left dislocations? We use them when we want to raise in the mind of our listener a topic in order to make a comment about the topic. So let's say I go to my high school reunion, and I'm telling my wife about these people from the yearbook that we're looking at together. And she says, yeah, who did you see at your high school reunion? And I'll say, well, Charlie, he's a doctor now. Bertha, she's a nurse. Anastasia, she's a physician. And Jezebel, she's a prostitute. Okay? What have I done? I've left dislocated all those names, put them at the front so that she can process, okay, here's topic number 1, topic number 2, topic number 3, and then with each clause, I'm saying something about the topic I've raised. With each one, I'm using a pronoun, right? Bertha, she does this. Johnny, he does this, and so forth and so on. And so this is sort of the prototypical use for left dislocation. So again, take a look here now. What's Jesus doing? He's raising or drawing your attention to a particular kind of person so that he can make a comment about that kind of person. What kind of person does he want you to consider? Yes, the kind that believes in me. What does Jesus want to say about the one who believes in me? That kind of person, that one, will do certain things. What will he do? He will do the works that I am doing. In other words, believing in me here is going to involve acting like me. Right? And then he goes on to say, meidzona tuton poiese. And there's our verb again. Same form as this one, because who's the subject? It's still kakenos, right? This is kai akenos, the far demonstrative. So that one will do meidzon na tuton. What's that? Yeah, so this is greater. what form of greater is this? Look at that alpha there. It's neuter and plural. And can you guess what case it is? Well, it could be accusative or nominative, right? But are the greater things doing the doing, or is someone doing the greater things? It's the other, right? So this is the accusative form. So that one will do greater things. Okay, so this is an adjective, but there's no noun that it agrees with in case, gender, or number, because the adjective is functioning like a noun. What do we call that? What use of the adjective? It's a substantival adjective. So you're going to have to add in English some appropriate word to go with the noun or with the adjective. Greater things. It's neuter, plural. So we could say things, right? Greater things or greater works. The reason we're using a neuter form is because works are in view, and works are neuter, plural. So greater works. Now, two-tone is genitive, plural. And remember we said that this is a comparative adjective. And when you have a comparative adjective, there's some implicit comparison between this and that. So it's greater works than two-tone these works which I do. Okay? So greater than these he will do, or he will do greater ones than these, or greater works than these. Hati, because ego proston patera pereuamai. Yes, because I to the Father am going, or because I am going to the Father. All right. So.
Just really quick. So the Torah guy is right over there because he wants to put the emphasis in this passage on the works that's going to be doing. That's why he moved to the front of everything else.
Yes, I believe so. Because normally direct objects go after the verb. Right. So here the direct object has been what's called fronted. It's fronted before the verb. Exactly. All right. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Okay, look at number 2 here. So what's your question, Sean?
The footnote there kind of, it does, I didn't know where if came from, and the answer, and he gives an explanation to it that we were supposed to insert EA there, so.
Yeah, there seems to be at least an implied conditional. So, we do use this in English as well, right? Like if I'm being sort of snarky with my kid who acts like a know-it-all, I might say something like, you know everything, then do this, right? What am I saying? I'm saying if it's the case that you know everything, then do this. So a lot of times we create conditional sentences without the overt conditional particle, but we often are able to process it fairly easily because the context makes it so clear. You love me? Then keep my commandments. There's an implied condition there, isn't there? Okay. So. Since we're practicing, what's the way to translate pisteusamen? We will believe. Why are you making that future? Yes, because we do have a sigma there, don't we? Good. Look at number 3. Hey gunesu is your gune, your wife, the wife of you. Which you is this? The singular you or the plural you? It's singular. Yes. One wife. So your wife, Elizabeth, genese, will beget, will bear, will give birth. What's the lexical form of genese? That's the lexical form of gune. So it's gen na o. What type of a verb is gen a o? Contract verb. What happens to the contract vowel before a sigma tense formative? It lengthens. Do you see a lengthened contract vowel? Absolutamente, right? So genese. So this must be future active indicative. She will bear a huion, a son to you or for you. Okay, and look at kaleses. Here was ka leo, which looks like a contract verb, but notice there wasn't any contraction here because kaleo is not a true contract verb, as we talked about from our vocabulary. But you do have the sigma to tell you that it is what tense? It's future as well. And you will call ta'anama autu, his name, Yohanan, John. Yep. Yes. Sure. Let's look at number 10 here. All right. So, Akue Yisrael. Say that with me. Akue Yisrael. Kurias Hatheas Hemon. Kurias Hesisten. Kai Agapeses. Kurianton Theansu. Ex Hales. Tes Cardiasu. Kai ex Hales. Tes Psukesu. Kai ex Hales. Tes Dianoiasu. Kai ex Hales. Tes Iskuasu. Alrighty. You know where this comes from, don't you? Yeah, this is that quotation of the Shema in Greek. Okay, so you don't know imperatives yet. That's coming. Akue, listen, here. What is Israel's function in the sentence here? Well, not exactly. The subject of an imperative is always you. So Israel is what we call vocative in its function. It names the addressee. So if I'm talking to you, I might use your name to name you as the one I'm talking to. Billy, get me a drink. Martha, bake me a cake. God, I'm pleading with you. Okay? So here, Israel. Many of our translations will translate this as, O Israel. And when you hear that O, that's used in vocative expressions where you're naming the addressee. Okay? So here Israel, or here O Israel. Kurias Hatheas Hemon. Okay. Yes. So the Lord our God. Here's Hemon. Hemon, right? That's in genitive relationship with theos, for the God of us. The Lord, the God of us. The Lord is Hes. One, yeah, the Lord is Hes, is one. Okay, so this is our subject. This is our copular verb. Hes would appear to be the predicate nominative, or the predicate adjective, actually, since Hes is technically an adjective. So the Lord is one.
We know we say the Lord our God. Could you say the God our Lord?
How
do you know which one is, if they're both Kurios, Theos, the name?
Yeah. I think the presumption is that you could have put kurios hemon hatheos in that order if you wanted to make sure that the reader took the R as qualifying kurios. But here the idea, I think, is that this is the anchor noun, and hatheos hemon is the noun or noun phrase that's in apposition to it. So the Lord, that is our God. What about him? The Lord is one. Okay. And then we have kai agapeses. What tense is this? Future. You see the sigma and the lengthened alpha contract vowel. You will love. In the future, in Greek, sometimes the future can be used with imperatival force, just like when a mother looks at her child and says, "You will clean your room, young man." So whenever we do that to strengthen that imperative use of the future, we will often use shall with people besides I and we, which is what we normally reserve the future for the future, right? I shall do something, and then you will do it, he will do it, we shall do it. But if I say you shall do it, that's really not just predicting what you will do. It's actually saying you got to do it. So you probably have read many translations that translate this as you shall love the Lord your God, right? So you shall love kurion tan theansu. You shall love the Lord, apposition again, the God of you, your God. So ex hales, tes cardias. So what's ex mean? No, that's meta. Yeah. Yeah, ex is from out of or from. Okay? So from whole the heart of you. Yeah, from your whole heart. And from your whole soul. And from your whole mind. And from your whole strength. So, this is expressing, the perhaps the source of that love coming from all that is your mind and soul and strength. Okay? Any final questions here? Last chance. Alrighty, well, we'll close the book on this. Okay, good job.